We present What Ho Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. Starring Michael Hordern as Jeeves, Richard Briers as Bertie Wooster, and Clive Francis as Lord Chuffnell. From the book Thank You, Jeeves, Episode 1, Chuffnell Regis.
I was a shade perturbed. Nothing to signify, really, but still a spot concerned. Jeeves had just told me that Sir Roderick Glossop had called to see me earlier in the AM, and on being informed that I had not yet risen, had threatened to return later. And I must say, as I sat in the old flat, idly touching the strings of my banjolele, an instrument to which I had become greatly addicted of late, I couldn't for the life of me imagine why Sir R. Glossop should be paying me social calls. Well, consider the facts, I mean. Ostensibly a nerve specialist, but in reality, as everybody knows, nothing more nor less than a high-priced loony doctor, this old pot of poison long ago decided I was balmy to the core. Ever since the abrupt end of my engagement to his daughter Honoria, he has considered me about as socially acceptable as the germ of dementia precox. So, as I say, what he was doing infesting my doorstep, hammering to be allowed admission, was more than I could fathom. I was still playing the banjolele when he arrived. Those who know Bertram Wooster best are aware that he is a man of sudden, strong enthusiasms, and that when in the grip of one of these, he becomes a remorseless machine, tense, absorbed, single-minded. It was so in the matter of this banjolele playing of mine, and I was twanging the strings like one inspired when the door opened and Jeeves shoveled in the foul, straight waistcoat specialist to whom I've just been alluding.
Sir Roderick Glossop, sir?
What? Sir Roderick, good morning.
You ought to be certified.
I beg your pardon.
You're a public menace. For weeks, it appears, you have been making life a hell for all your neighbors with some hideous musical instrument. Ah, I see you have it with you now. How dare you play that thing in a respectable block of flats? Infernal din!
Did you say infernal din?
I did.
Oh. Well, let me tell you that the man that hath no music in himself is fit for, Jeeves?
Sir?
What was it Shakespeare said the man who hadn't music in himself was fit for?
Treasons, stratagems, and spoils, sir?
Thank you. Is fit for treasons, stratagems, and spoils.
What are you talking about? Are you aware that the occupant of the flat below, Mrs. Tinkler Mulk, is one of my patients, a woman in a highly nervous condition?
Spare me the gossip from the loony bin. Might I inquire on my side if you were aware that Mrs. Tinkler Mulk owns a Pomeranian?
Don't drivel!
I'm not driveling. The animal yaps all day, and not infrequently, far into the night. So Mrs. Tinkler Mulk has had the nerve to complain of my banjolele, has she? Ha 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 ha! Let her first pluck out the pom which is in her own eye.
I am not here to talk about dogs. I wish for your assurance that you will immediately cease annoying this unfortunate woman.
I'm sorry she's a cold audience, but my art must come first.
That is your final word, is it?
It is.
Very good. You will hear more of this.
And Mrs. Tinkler Mulk will hear more of this.
Ah, good morning.
Ah, that showed the old crumb. Yes, Jeeves?
A letter has just been delivered, sir, from the manager of the building.
Mr. Manglehopper, you mean?
Yeah, precisely, sir.
Well, what did he have to say? Open it. I'm singing. Well, Jeeves?
The letter is in the nature of an ultimatum, sir, concerning the musical instrument.
Ha!
Complaints, it would seem, have been lodged by the Honourable Mrs. Tinkler Mulk of C6, by Lieutenant Colonel J.J. Bustard, DSO of B5, and by Sir Everard and Lady Blennerhassett of B7. In consequence, Mr. Manglehopper regrets that unless you abandon the practice of the instrument forthwith, he will have no option but to request you to leave Berkeley Mansions by the end of the month.
Clear out, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Then you better tool down to Mr. Manglehopper's office and inform him that I choose the latter alternative, Jeeves.
You are proposing to move, sir?
Well, surely you cannot imagine that I would ever consider any other course. We shall be well rid of these Tinkler Mokes, these Bustards, and these Blennerhassett, Jeeves. I leave them without a pang.
But, sir, I fear you will encounter a similar hostility elsewhere.
Not where I'm going. It is my intention to retire to the depths of the country. In some old world sequestered nook, I shall find a cottage, and there resume my studies.
A cottage, sir?
A cottage, Jeeves. If possible, honeysuckle covered.
In that case, sir, I fear I must give my notice.
Jeeves, did I hear you correctly?
Yes, sir.
You actually contemplate leaving my entourage?
Only with the greatest reluctance, sir. But if it is your intention to play that instrument within the narrow confines of a country cottage...
You say that instrument, Jeeves, and you say it in an unpleasant, soupy voice. Am I to understand that you dislike this banjolele?
Exceedingly, sir.
Well, you've stood it all right up to now.
With great difficulty, sir.
Well, let me tell you that better men than you have stood worse than banjoleles. Are you aware that a certain Bulgarian, Ilya Gospodinov, once played the bagpipes for 24 hours without a stop? Ripley vouches for this in his Believe It or Not.
Indeed, sir.
But you suppose Gospodinov's personal attendant kicked? A laughable idea. They are made of better stuff than that in Bulgaria. Be Bulgarian, Jeeves.
No, sir. I fear I cannot recede from my position.
But dash it, you say you are receding from your position.
I should have said I cannot abandon the stand which I have taken.
You mean this, Jeeves?
Yes, sir.
You've thought it all out carefully, weighing the pros and cons, balancing this against that?
Yes, sir.
And you are resolved?
Yes, sir. If it is really your intention to continue playing that instrument, I have no option but to leave.
Then leave, dash it.
Very good, sir. Excuse me one moment.
Confound the blighter. Bally domestic Mussolini. Ha! Yes, Jeeves?
Lord Chuffnell, sir.
Chuffy, old friend of my youth.
Hello, Bertie.
What are you doing at the Jolly Old Trot? Thank you, Jeeves. That will be all.
Very good, sir.
I say, you're the very chap I wanted to see, Chuffy. I can put a bit of business in your way.
Business?
Yes. How's Chuffnell Regis these days?
Well, the village, you mean?
Yes. You still own it, do you? Dozens of cottages at your disposal, what?
Well, yes.
I'd like to rent one from you instanter.
Well, certainly. But why?
Well, come along to the drones for a bite of lunch, and I'll tell you.
Well, I'd like to, Bertie, but I'm lunching with a man at the Carlton.
Well, give him a miss.
I couldn't.
Well, bring him along then. We'll make it a threesome.
Well, I don't think you'd enjoy it, Bertie. He's Sir Roderick Glossop.
Oh, golly, really? But he's just been here. I didn't know you knew him.
Well, I don't very well, but he's a great friend of my Aunt Myrtle.
And you're lunching with him. Is this wise, Chuffy? Is it prudent? It's an awful ordeal putting on the nosebag with this man. I know, I've done it.
Well, I dare say, but I've got to go through with it. I'm hoping he may have found someone to rent Chuffnell Hall for the summer.
The ancestral H? I thought you were trying to sell it.
I am. But who wants to buy a house with 150 rooms in these times? I can't even give the bally edifice away. No, I'm stuck with it, Bertie, and that's that. However, all this doesn't explain what sends you to Chuffnell, Regis. Not the prospect of hobnobbing with my Aunt Myrtle and my cousin Seabury, I take it.
What? That pair of pustules? Absolutely not. No, Chuffy, I am studying the banjolele.
Yes, I get the idea. So what you require is a cottage both quiet and secluded.
Have you one?
I've got the very shack for you. It's on the edge of the harbour and not a neighbour within a mile except Police Sergeant Vools. And he plays the harmonium, so you could do duets.
Fine.
Oh, and there's a troupe of nigger minstrels down there this year. You could study their techniques.
Chuffy, it sounds like heaven. I'll come tomorrow, and we shall be able to see something of each other for change.
Well, you don't come playing that damned instrument at the hall.
Oh, no, man, of course not, no. But I'll drop over to lunch with you most days.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Oh, by the way, what has Jeeves got to say about all this? I shouldn't have thought he would have cared to be cooped up in a cottage with a banjolele.
Jeeves has nothing to say on that or any other subject. He may still be in evidence about the flat, but in fact we have parted brass rags.
What?
Yes. From now on, Jeeves will take the high road, and I'll take the low. He had the immortal rind to tell me that if I didn't give this up, he would resign. I accepted his portfolio.
You've really let him go?
I have. My self-respect would not permit me to accept the man's terms. I mean, you can push a Wooster just so far. Very good, Jeeves, I said. So be it. I shall watch your future career with considerable interest. That was that.
Well, well, well. So you've parted with Jeeves, have you? Well, well. Any objection to my looking in and saying goodbye to him, Bertie?
Well, none whatever. He's in the kitchen. Follow the green line.
It would be a graceful act.
Quite.
So I've always admired his intellect.
Oh, me too. No one more.
Yes, well, look, I think I'll be popping then, Bertie. Yeah. Well, cheerio.
Toodle pip, old man.
Cheerio.
Dash, Jeeves. La, da, da. Oh, this is no bally good. Jeeves?
Sir?
Has Chuffy gone?
Yes, sir. His lordship has just departed.
Jeeves, a word.
Yes, sir.
Touching on our conversation just now, I've been thinking things over. I have come to the conclusion that we have both been hasty. Let us forget the past. You may stay on.
It is very kind of you, sir, but are you still proposing to continue the study of that instrument?
Yes, Jeeves, I am.
Then I fear, sir.
Very good, Jeeves, that is all. I will, of course, give you an excellent recommendation.
Thank you, sir. It will not be necessary. I have just entered the employment of Lord Chuffnell.
What? You mean he scooped you in already?
Yes, sir. I go with him to Chuffnell Regis in about a week's time.
Oh, you do you? Well, it may interest you to know that I repair to Chuffnell Regis tomorrow.
Indeed, sir.
Yes, I've taken a cottage there. Oh, we shall meet at Philippi, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
Or am I thinking of some other spot?
No, sir. Philippi is correct.
Right-ho then, Jeeves. At Philippi.
Very good, sir.
Such, then, is the sequence of events which led up to Bertram Wooster on the morning of July the 15th, standing at the door of Seaview Cottage, Chuffnell Regis, Somerset, surveying the scene before him through the aromatic haze of a meditative gasper. It was the 5th morning of my visit, and I was feeling absolutely in the pink. The sun was shining, the sky was blue. Brinkley, my new man, was chatting across the hedge with our neighbour, Sergeant Vooles, who seemed to have looked in with a view to selling eggs. A casual cat was sniffing at a snail on the lawn, and in the harbour beyond, a whacking great yacht had rolled up and cast anchor. London seemed miles away. Which it was, of course. Even the fact that Jeeves had gone out of my life somehow didn't matter very much. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said a great peace enveloped the soul. And then, as so often happens on these occasions, the GP was shattered by the most frightful racket, emanating, as far as I could determine, from the old two-seater which I'd parked outside in the road. Buzzing to the gate with all possible speed, I found a small boy tooting my horn with a goodish amount of vim, and I was about to administer one on the side of the head when I recognized Chuffy's repulsive young cousin, Seabury.
Hello. Your horn isn't very loud.
I say, look, stop that, you little snurge. What are you doing here?
You're to come to lunch.
Is Chuffy back then?
Yes.
In that case, I'm at his service. Brinkley, I'll be out for lunch. Righto, Seabury, shift over and let me drive. So, Chuffy's back, eh? When did he return?
Last night.
Should we be lunching alone?
No.
Who's going to be there?
Mother and me and some people.
A party? I better go and put on another suit.
No.
You think this one looks all right?
No, I don't. I think it looks rotten, but there isn't time.
No. So you're at the hall today, are you?
Mother and I are living there again.
What, living there?
Yes, there's a smell at the Dower House.
Even though you've left it?
Ha ha. You really want to know? I expect it's my mice.
Your what?
I've started breeding mice and puppies, and of course they nip a bit. But Mother thinks it's the drains. Can you give me 5 shillings?
5 shillings?
5 shillings.
What do you mean 5 shillings?
I mean 5 shillings.
I dare say. What I want to know is how we suddenly got onto the subject. We were discussing mice, and you introduced this 5 shillings motif.
I want 5 shillings.
Admitting that you may possibly want the sum, why the dickens should I give it you?
For protection.
What?
Protection.
What from?
Just protection.
You don't get any 5 shillings out of me.
Oh, all right. But things happen to guys that don't kick in their protection money.
What the devil are you talking about?
You'll see. Right, here we are. Pull up here. There's Chuffy on the steps. Thanks for the lift. Bye!
But,
Oh, hello, Bertie.
Chuffy!
Come on in.
No, wait a minute, Chuffy. Young Blighty Seabury. What about him?
What about him?
Well, if you ask me, I say he's gone off his rocker. He's just been trying to touch me for 5 bob and babbling about protection.
No, that's his latest idea. He saw a gangster film last week.
You mean he's turned racketeer?
Yes, it's rather amusing. See, he goes around collecting protection money from everybody according to their means. He makes a good living out of it, too. Enterprising kid. You know, I'd pay up if I were you. I have.
Chuffy,
Yes?
what does this mean?
What does what mean?
This attitude of amused tolerance you're suddenly exhibiting towards this foul child and his diseased mind. This bally cheeriness. You'll be telling me next that your Aunt Myrtle has decided to remain indefinitely at the Hall, and you couldn't be more delighted. Come clean, my lad. You can't deceive me, not old Hawkeye Wooster. Something is up. What's all the ruddy happiness about?
Well, can you keep a secret?
No.
Well, it doesn't matter, because it'll be in the Morning Post in a day or two. Bertie, I am getting Aunt Myrtle off this season.
Off? You mean somebody wants to marry her?
I do.
Well, who is this halfwit?
Your old friend, Sir Roderick Glossop.
What? But old Glossop can't be contemplating matrimony.
Why not? He's been a widower more than 2 years.
Well, I'm blessed.
Yes.
Well, there's one thing, Chuffy, old man. This means that little Seabury will be getting a really testing stepfather, and old Glossop just the stepson I could have wished him.
There is lots of good in this Glossop, Bertie.
Loose thinking, old man, he's a hellhound.
Well, he's doing me a bit of good anyway. He's found an American millionaire he thinks he can sell the Hall to.
Not really.
Yes. If all goes well, I shall at last get rid of this blasted barracks and have a bit of money in my pocket. And all the credit will be due to Uncle Roderick, as I'd like to think of him. So you will kindly refrain, Bertie, from making nasty cracks at his expense. You must learn to love Uncle Roddy for my sake.
Well, I'm sorry, Chuffy, but I fear I cannot recede from my position.
Personally, I regard him as a lifesaver.
Yes, but are you sure this thing is going to come off? I mean, what would even an American millionaire want with a place the size of the Hall?
Oh, well, that part of it is simple enough. He's a great pal of old Glossop's, and the idea is that he shall put up the cash and let Glossop run the house as some sort of country club for his nerve patients. All I'm worried about is getting his signature on the dotted line. Glossop's bringing him to lunch today, and I'm scared stiff something may go wrong. So I'm doing him well at the festive board. He's bound to soften up a bit after a fat lunch, isn't he?
Well, unless he's got dyspepsia. Many American millionaires have. This man of yours may be one of those fellows who can't get outside more than a glass of milk and a dog biscuit.
Not old Stoker.
Stoker?
Yes.
Stoker?
Yes.
Not J. Washburn Stoker?
The very same. Why, do you know him?
I met the old pirate in New York. Oh, my golly. He's coming to lunch, you say?
Yes, with his young son Dwight and his daughter Pauline.
Pauline?
You know her too?
Just a little.
Only a little?
Quite a little. Just fairly pally, that's all.
Then why did you jump 3 feet in the air when I mentioned her name?
Did I?
You did.
Oh, well, no reason. Just surprise.
She's a beautiful girl, Bertie.
Oh, very.
And charming.
Oh, most.
In fact, attractive.
Oh, quite.
I saw a good deal of her in London.
Yes?
We went to the zoo and Madame Tussauds together.
I see.
Oh, in fact, here they come.
Oh, gosh. Look, Chuffy, old man, I was thinking, if it's all the same to you, it might be better if I didn't join the throng at the luncheon table.
Why?
Well, J. Washburn Stoker doesn't like me. And it would be deceiving my public to deny that as I skimmed round the side of the house and shot into a vacant bush, I was pretty well a twitter. Chuffy's casual announcement that J. Washburn Stoker and his daughter Pauline were on the strength was about as juicy a biff as I've had for years. And when I've given you the inside story, I think you will agree with me that I was entitled to be about as a twitter as I jolly well liked. A situation fraught with disturbing potentialities had arisen. About 3 months before, you see, I'd popped across to New York for a space, and one night in the course of a beano of some description at the Sherry Netherland, I'd made the acquaintance of this Pauline Stoker. She got right in amongst me. Her beauty maddened me like wine. In New York, I've always found, one gets off the mark quickly in matters of the heart. This, I believe, is due to something in the air. At any rate, 2 weeks later, I proposed to Pauline. She accepted me. So far, so good. But mark the sequel. Scarcely 48 hours after that, I received a letter from the father of the bride-to-be notifying me that it would be unnecessary to order the new sponge-bag trousers and gardenia because my nomination had been cancelled. I later learnt that the hand that had flung the monkey wrench into the machinery had been the hand of Sir Roderick Glossop. Over in New York to take a professional look at J. Washburn Stoker's second cousin George, he had seen the announcement in the morning paper and had immediately rung up J.W. to tell him that I was not the ideal son-in-law, being more or less off my onion. And now here I was, sitting in a bush at the back of Chuffnell Hall, while J. Washburn Stoker, Pauline and old Glossop were all tumbling out of a car at the front. Embarrassing, what? Very. However, I didn't have long to ruminate on my predicament because I'd hardly got settled down comfortably in the bush or shrub when the leaves of the same were suddenly parted by a female hand and I found myself face to face with Pauline Stoker.
Well, well, well. Old Colonel Wooster in person. I thought it was. What are you doing in that bush, Bertie?
Nothing.
Well, come out and talk to me.
Are your father and old Glossop in the vicinity?
No.
Ah, righto then.
Well, well, you little blob of sunshine. You're looking fine. Say, what are you doing in these parts?
What, me? I'm temporarily in retirement. I've got a cottage down by the harbour.
You must have been surprised to see us.
I was.
More surprised than pleased, eh?
Oh, well, of course, old thing, I'm always delighted to meet you, but when it comes to your father...
He's not one of your greatest admirers, is he? Let's hope he doesn't come around the corner and find us with our heads together. He's convinced I'm still pining for you. Little knowing that you never had a happier moment in your life than when you got his letter.
No, I say.
Oh, Bertie, be honest. You know you were delighted and relieved.
No, dash it, really, I wish you wouldn't talk like that. I always esteemed you most highly.
You did what? Where do you pick up these expressions?
Well, I suppose from Jeeves, mostly. My late man. He had a fine vocabulary.
When you say late, do you mean he's dead or just unpunctual?
He's left me. He didn't like me playing the banjolele, and he is now with Chuffy.
Chuffy?
Lord Chuffnell.
Oh, Bertie, have you known Lord Chuffnell long?
Oh, rather.
You're great friends?
Bosom is the most used.
Oh, good. I hoped you were. I wanted to, talk to you about him. I can confide in you, can't I, Bertie?
Of course.
Oh, I knew I could. That's the comfort of having been engaged to a man. When you break it off, you feel such a sister.
You mean you look on me as a brother?
Yes, as a brother. How quick you are. And I want you to be very brotherly now. Tell me about Marmaduke.
I don't think I know him.
Lord Chuffnell, idiot.
He's named Marmaduke. Marmaduke? That's why he was always evasive and secretive about it at school.
It's a beautiful name.
Hello. Nobody says Marmaduke is a beautiful name wantedly without good reason. Hello.
All right. Less of the Sherlock stuff. I'm not trying to hide anything. I was just going to tell you.
But you love this. Excuse me. This Marmaduke?
I'm crazy about him.
Good.
Don't you worship the way his hair fluffs up behind?
Well, I've better things to do than go about staring at the back of Chuffy's head. But if what you say is really so, young Pauline, be prepared for tidings of great joy. Chuffy and I were talking about you just now, briefly, and a certain bulbous look in the old boy's eyes, taken with a marked crimsoning of the complexion and a definite wiggling of the nose, convinced me that he is deeply enamored of you.
I know that, you chump. Do you think a girl can't tell?
Oh. But, I mean, if he loves you and you love him, I fail to comprehend what you're beefing about.
Why can't you understand? He's obviously dippy about me, but not a yip from him, not a syllable.
Well, of course not. But surely you realize there's a certain decency in these matters, a certain decorum. Naturally, he wouldn't say anything yet. Dash it, give the man a chance. He's only known you 5 days. Anyway, what do you want me to do about it?
Well, you're a friend of his. You could give him a hint. Tell him there's no need for cold feet.
What? Oh, Jeeves?
Good afternoon, sir.
Well, Jeeves, what is it?
Mr. Stoker, sir. He's inquiring after Miss Stoker's whereabouts.
Oh, you better push along, Pauline.
Oh, I suppose so. Oh, will you talk to him, Bertie, for me?
The matter shall have my prompt attention.
Oh, thank you. Well, see you later, then. Bye-bye.
Cheerio. Jeeves.
Sir?
I should rather like, if you have a moment to spare, to split a word with you regarding old Chuffy.
Very good, sir.
You'll agree with me that something's got to be done about the 5th Baron, I take it?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Oh, come, Jeeves. A little less coyness, if you please.
Am I correct in supposing, sir, that you are alluding to his lordship's feelings towards Miss Stoker?
Exactly. Now, mark this, Jeeves. she too loves. And what's more, she detects the love light in his eyes. But what's worrying her is that he does not tell his love, but lets concealment like what, Jeeves?
A worm i' the bud, sir.
Yeah, feed on his something...
Damask cheek, sir.
Damask? You sure?
Quite sure, sir.
Oh. Well, then, what on earth is it all about? I mean, he loves her, she loves him, so what's the snag? I know Chuffy, a swift performer, if ever there was one. Yet now look at him, missing on every cylinder. Why?
His lordship is a gentleman of scruples, sir. He feels that, being of straitened means himself, he has not the right to propose marriage to a young lady as wealthy as Miss Stoker.
But she isn't as rich as all that. Just comfortably off, I should say.
No, sir. Mr. Stoker's fortune amounts to as much as $50 million.
What? You're talking through your hat, Jeeves.
No, sir. I understand that was the sum which he inherited recently under the will of the late Mr. George Stoker.
Good Lord, Jeeves. Has second cousin George handed in his dinner pail?
Yes, sir.
And left all his money to old Stoker?
Precisely, sir.
Well, that explains everything, then. I was wondering how he managed to be going about buying vast estates. The young liner in the harbour is his, of course.
Yes, sir.
Well, but dash it, George must have had nearer relations.
Yes, sir. I understand that he disliked them all.
You know about him, then?
Yes, sir. I saw a good deal of his personal attendant when we were in New York, a man named Benstead.
I see. And second cousin George was potty, wasn't he?
Certainly extremely eccentric, sir.
Any chance of one of those other relations contesting the will?
I do not imagine so, sir, but in such a case, Mr. Stoker would rely on Sir Roderick Glossop, of course, to testify that the late Mr. Stoker, while possibly somewhat individual in his habits, was nevertheless perfectly sane. The testimony of so eminent a mental specialist as Sir Roderick would be unassailable.
You mean he'd say, why shouldn't a fellow walk about in his hands if he wants to save shoe leather and so forth?
Exactly, sir.
So there's no chance of Miss Stoker ever being anything except the heiress to $50 million?
Virtually none, sir.
And yet why, Jeeves? Why all this fuss about money? Chuffy's just being a silly ass. We must talk him out of it.
Impossible, sir, I fear. His lordship has a complex.
A what?
A complex, sir. It seems that he once witnessed a musical comedy in which one of the dramatis personae was a certain impecunious peer, Lord Watley, who was endeavouring to marry an American heiress. And this individual appears to have made a lasting impression on his mind. He stated to me in the most unequivocal terms that he refused to place himself in a position where comparisons might be instituted.
Yes. Well, in that case, Jeeves, we must take a different line with Chuffy. Obviously, the silly fathead must be shoved over the brink. What he needs is a jolt. So do you know what I'm going to do, Jeeves?
No, sir.
I am going to kiss Miss Stoker and take care that Chuffy sees me do it.
Really, sir, I should not advocate...
Peace, Jeeves, peace. I've got the whole thing taped out. It came to me in a flash as we were talking. After lunch, you will inform Miss Stoker that I wish to see her here at this rustic bench. You will also arrange that Chuffy follows her. Waiting till I see the whites of his eyes, I shall fold her in a close embrace. If that doesn't work, nothing will.
I consider that you will be taking a decided risk, sir. His lordship is in a highly emotional condition.
Well, a Wooster can put up with a punch in the eye for the sake of a pal. No, Jeeves, no, Jeeves, no. I desire no further discussion. The thing is settled. All that remains is to fix the time. Let's say 2:30, shall we?
Very good, sir.
Oh, wait a minute, Jeeves. I spot a flaw straight away. They will arrive together.
No, sir. I can easily detain his lordship for a moment on some matter.
Such as?
I have long been desirous of canvassing his lordship's views as to the desirability of purchasing some new socks.
Well, you know how you are when you get on the subject of socks, Jeeves. Don't get carried away and keep him talking for an hour. I want to get this thing over.
I quite understand, sir.
Righto then. 2:30 it is, what?
Very good, sir.
You can count on Jeeves. At 2:30 precisely, I observed a gleam of white among the bushes, accompanied by a girl's voice tra-lying like billy-o, and the next moment Pauline Stoker was in my midst, looking more beautiful than ever, too. Nevertheless, I don't mind admitting I wasn't feeling as yeasty as I would have liked at this juncture. What with having to go without lunch, and knowing that in 5 minutes' time I would probably be nursing a black eye or a swollen beezer, I was, not to beat about the bee, a good deal worked up. Taut, if you know what I mean. On edge. Tense. Pauline had grabbed my arm and was beginning to make some species of communication, but I heard her not. For at this point, I caught sight of Chuffy's hat over a shrub and knew that the moment had come to act. Folding the girl in my arms, I got home on her right eyebrow. It wasn't one of my best, I will admit, but it was a kiss within the meaning of the act, and I fancied that it ought to produce results. And so, no doubt, it would have done, had the fellow under the Homburg hat, who now entered stage left, been Chuffy. But it wasn't. It was old Pop Stoker. Say what you like against civilization, it comes in dashed handy in a crisis like this. There was just one instant when his foot twitched, and it seemed as if what you might call the primitive J. Washburn Stoker was about to find self-expression. But then, civilization prevailed, and pausing only to make a noise like a pig swallowing half a cabbage, he collected Pauline and left me alone, at liberty to think the thing over. Or rather, not quite alone, because suddenly Chuffy bounded into my little sylvan glade, looking noticeably pop-eyed.
Look here, Bertie, now, what's all this I hear from Sir Roderick?
What's all what you hear, old man?
Why didn't you tell me you've been engaged to Pauline Stoker?
I fail to understand you, Chuffnell. Do you expect me to send you a postcard?
Well, you could have told me this morning.
I saw no reason to do so. And anyhow, the entire binge only lasted 48 hours from kick-off to finish. Glossop himself saw to that.
Now, you swear that?
Certainly.
Only 48 hours?
Less.
And there's nothing between you now?
Nothing.
You're sure?
Nothing whatever. So charge in, Chuffy, old man. Follow the dictates of the old heart and fear nothing. The girl is potty about you.
Who told you that?
She did.
Herself?
In person?
Well, she does really love me?
Passionately, I gathered.
Well, this has certainly put the butter on the spinach. I feel a new man. Look, I'm awfully sorry if I appeared a bit rattled just now, Bertie, but see, when a fellow's just got engaged to a girl, it's rather a jar to find that she was engaged to somebody else about 2 months before.
Are you engaged? Since when?
Since about 10 minutes ago.
But how about Watley?
Who told you about Watley?
Jeeves.
Well, Jeeves talks far too much. As a matter of fact, Watley didn't enter into the matter at all. Immediately before I fixed things up with Pauline, old Stoker told me he had decided to buy the house.
Really?
I think it was the port that did it. I lushed him up on the last of the 85.
You couldn't have done a wiser thing. Your own idea?
No, Jeeves's.
Ah, Jeeves is a wonder.
A marvel.
What a brain.
Size 9 1/4, I should say.
He eats a lot of fish, you know. What a pity he has no ear for music. Never mind. Well, this is fine, Chuffy. I hope you'll be very, very happy. I can honestly say that I always looked on Pauline as one of the nicest girls I was ever engaged to.
I wish you would stop harping on that engagement, Bertie.
Quite.
I'm trying to forget you ever were engaged to her.
Quite.
Yes, well, all right, then. Look, I'd better be getting along. I suppose Stoker will want to talk to me about buying the house. Are you coming?
No, thanks, Chuffy, old man. No, I'm not so dashed keen on mingling with your little troupe. I could stand your Aunt Myrtle. I could even stand little Seabury, but add Stoker and Glossop, and the going becomes too sticky for Bertram. I shall take a saunter about the estate until tea time. And then I shall call in on Jeeves for a nice hot cup and a slab of toast. In fact, Jeeves, even muffins would scarcely be out of place on an occasion like this. You heard about Stoker promising to buy the house?
Yes, sir.
And the engagement?
Yes, sir.
I suppose old Chuffy is feeling great.
Not altogether, sir.
Eh?
No, sir. I regret to say that there has been something in the nature of a hitch.
What? They can't have quarrelled already.
No, sir. His lordship's relations with Miss Stoker continue uniformly cordial. It is with Mr. Stoker that he is on distant terms.
Oh, my God, what happened?
The origin of the trouble was a physical contest between Master Seabury, sir, and Master Dwight Stoker, who, if you recollect, was also a member of the luncheon party.
Oh, Dwight, yes.
Yes, sir. It appears that from their initial meeting there was a lack of perfect sympathy between the young gentlemen, sir, and this came to a head some 40 minutes after the conclusion of the meal. They had gone off together to the small morning room, and there, it appears, Master Seabury endeavoured to exact from Master Dwight the sum of 1 shilling and 6pence for what he termed protection.
Oh, golly.
Yes, sir. Master Dwight, I gather, declined in a somewhat high-spirited manner to kick in, as I believe the expression is, and one word led to another, with the result that at about 3:30, sounds indicative of a brawl were heard proceeding from the morning room, and the senior members of the party repairing thither discovered Master Dwight seated on Master Seabury's chest, bumping his head on the carpet.
Gosh, Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
And then?
The action became, as it were, general, sir.
But the old brigade lent a hand?
Yes, sir. The initiative being taken by the Dowager Lady Chuffnell. On witnessing the position of affairs, her ladyship uttered a sharp cry and struck Master Dwight with considerable force on the right ear.
Upon which, of course...
Precisely, sir. Mr. Stoker, espousing the cause of his son, aimed a powerful kick at Master Seabury.
And got him, Jeeves. Tell me you got him.
Yes, sir. Master Seabury was rising at the moment, and his attitude was exceptionally well adapted for the receipt of such an attack. The next moment, a heated altercation had broken out between her ladyship and Mr. Stoker. Her ladyship called to Sir Roderick for support, and he, somewhat reluctantly, it appeared to me, proceeded to take Mr. Stoker to task for the assault. High words ensued, and the upshot of it was that Mr. Stoker, with a good deal of warmth, informed Sir Roderick that if he supposed that he, Mr. Stoker, intended to purchase Chuffnell Hall after what had occurred, he, Sir Roderick, was in grave error.
Well, get it over with, Jeeves. I can see what's coming. Oh, thanks.
Yes, sir. I agree with you that the whole affair has something of the dark inevitability of Greek tragedy. Upon this, his lordship urged Mr. Stoker to disclaim those words, and, such disclaimer not being immediately forthcoming, his lordship, I regret to say, became somewhat unguarded in his speech.
Chuffy ticked Stoker off.
With considerable vigour, sir, stating in an extremely candid manner his opinion of the latter's character, commercial probity, and even appearance.
Oh, that must have put the lid on it.
It did appear to create a certain coldness, sir.
And then?
That terminated the distressing scene, sir. Mr. Stoker returned to his yacht with Miss Stoker and Master Dwight. Sir Roderick has gone to secure accommodation for himself at the local inn. Lady Chuffnell is applying arnica to Master Seabury in his bedroom. His lordship, I believe, is taking the dog for a run in the West Park.
And when all this happened, had Chuffy told Stoker he wanted to marry Miss Stoker?
No, sir.
Well, I can't see how he can very well do it now.
I fancy the announcement would not be cordially received, sir.
No, they will have to meet by stealth.
Even that would be a little difficult, sir. I should have mentioned that I chanced to be an auditor of a conversation between Mr. and Miss Stoker, from the substance of which I gathered that it was the gentleman's intention to keep Miss Stoker virtually in durance vile on board the yacht for the duration of their stay.
But you said he didn't know anything about the engagement.
Mr. Stoker's motive in immuring Miss Stoker on the vessel is not to prevent her encountering his lordship, but to obviate any chance of her meeting you, sir.
What?
The fact that you embraced the young lady has convinced him that her affection for you has persisted since your parting in New York.
Are you sure you really heard all this, Jeeves?
Yes, sir.
But how did you come to do that?
I was conversing with his lordship on one side of a screen of bushes when the conversation I have described broke out on the other side. There was no alternative but to overhear Mr. Stoker's remarks.
What? You were talking with Chuffy, did you say?
Yes, sir.
And he heard all that too?
Yes, sir.
About me kissing Miss Stoker?
Yes, sir.
Well, did it seem to stir him up?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
He mentioned something about scooping out your insides, sir.
Jeeves, this calls for careful thought. Advise me.
Oh, well, sir, now I would suggest that you do not immediately return to your cottage, where I believe his lordship intends to visit you after walking the dog, but rather spend the next few hours elsewhere.
A good ruse, Jeeves. I shall go to Bristol for the evening. I feel a need for the lights and the wine anyhow.
Very good, sir.
And you think Chuffy will have cooled down by tomorrow?
In all probability, sir. But should his lordship refer to the incident again, I think it might be judicious if you were to attempt to persuade him that the spirit in which you embraced Miss Stoker was a purely brotherly one.
Brotherly? Brotherly? You think I could get away with that?
I fancy so, sir.
Ah, right-ho, Jeeves. If you say so.
Thank you very much, sir.
I suppose it must have been getting on for midnight when I fetched up again outside the Wooster GHQ, and I just finished garaging the car when I spotted a dim figure infesting the Chuffnell Regis waterfront not far off. The next moment, this DF started sprinting towards me, yelling my name, and I realized with a stab of horror who it was. It was Marmaduke, 5th Baron Chuffnell.
Aha, Wooster, there you are at last.
Here I am. Yes, Chuffy. And I've heard all. Jeeves told me. Too bad, too bad. I little thought, old man, when I bestowed a brotherly kiss on Pauline Stoker by way of congratulating her on your engagement, that you would so totally misinterpret my action.
Brotherly?
Essentially brotherly.
Old Stoker didn't seem to think so.
Well, we know what sort of a mind old Stoker has got, don't we?
Brotherly?
Chuffy, I suppose I shouldn't have done it. But you know how it is when a fellow you've been at private school, Eton and Oxford with, gets engaged to a girl on whom you look as a sister. One is carried away.
Yeah. Well, all right. But in the future, a little less of this fraternal stuff.
Quite.
I mean, switch it off. Resist the impulse.
Certainly.
If you want sisters, seek them elsewhere.
Just so.
And I don't want to feel when I'm married that at any moment I may come into the room and find a brother and sister act in progress.
I quite understand, old man. Then you still intend to marry this Pauline?
Of course I intend to marry her.
Even though old Stoker isn't going to buy the hall?
What are you talking about?
Well, what price Watley now?
Bertie, don't please remind me of a time when I must have been absolutely potty. I can't imagine how I ever felt like that. The curse of Watley has been exorcised. This wedding is going through.
Fine.
After all, what does money matter?
Quite.
I mean, love's love.
Absolutely.
I say, old man, I suppose she really does love me, though.
Didn't she say so?
Well, she said so, yes. Yes, she said so, but, I mean, can you believe what a girl says?
My dear chap.
Well, I mean, they're great kidders. She may have been fooling me.
Morbid laddie.
It seems so dashed odd that she should have let you kiss her.
I took her by surprise.
She could have sloshed you on the ear.
Why? She naturally divined that the embrace was purely brotherly.
Brotherly?
Wholly brotherly.
Well, it may be so. Have you any sisters, Bertie?
No.
But if you had, you would kiss them?
Repeatedly.
And you really do swear there's nothing between you and Pauline now?
Absolutely nothing. We have often laughed heartily at the thought of that moment's madness in New York.
I've never heard you.
Haven't you? Oh, we have. We have done, frequently.
Oh. Well, perhaps it's all right, then. I suppose it's all right. Well, very well. Well, look, good night, Bertie. I'll just be getting on with keeping a silent vigil beneath her window all night.
What? Are you going to stay out here all night on the quayside?
The girl I love is incarcerated in that bally yacht. I shall naturally keep watch over her.
Oh, quite. How long have you been here?
About 10 minutes. Well, good night, Bertie. A walk round the harbour is indicated.
Good night, old man.
Good night.
Ooh. Oh, now, where's that bally candle? Ah. Well. Oh, my golly! Who's that in my bed?
It's all right, Bertie. It's only me.
Pauline. Oh, gosh.
In that episode, the parts were played as follows. Jeeves, Michael Hordern, Bertie, Richard Briers, Lord Chuffnell, Clive Francis, Pauline Stoker, Connie Booth, Sir Roderick Glossop, John Graham, Seabury, Joe Manning Wilson. The banjolele was played by Billy Bell. The episode was adapted for radio by Chris Miller from the book Thank You, Jeeves, by P.G. Wodehouse. The programme was produced by Peter Titheridge.